the leader of this team, they'll be happy that they were able to strike. So, Marshall striking early, still though going at 12 runs and over.
Still, but Jonathan Carter. Slip in, realizing that there's an opportunity here to get another wicket. Nicholas Curtin, he's new to the crease. Andrew Marshall has been bowling well. He can't get that arm ball to go across the left-hand batter. Jonathan Carter looking for blood, looking to disturb the settlers. Put in a slip.
Curtin has opened the batting in the 2 games he's played, now in at 3. But the good left-hand, right-hand combination at the crease, especially with that smaller side, makes things even more challenging for the Warriors captain Carter. First delivery, I mean, it'll be important to continue that momentum that Wickham was able to develop in his 10 deliveries.
Yes, most certainly.
Very quick, but Curtin, simple pickings for him, and it just gets to the boundary as well. So he's underway. Nicholas Curtin, still though, a good over from Marshall, able to take that wicket, 36 for 1.
Yes, Curtin obliging himself to a short wide delivery from the experienced Andrew Marshall, picking up a wicket, but Curtin looking for a boundary option and getting it in that over that inner ring in the offside. So credit to Curtin, the second ball face, being able to get a boundary, as you see it on the monitor. Adjusted back and played it nicely over that infield. As we said, that boundary is just some 60 meters at best, so really easy for the young man. He's one that shows his prowess as well. Plays his trade for Canada in the ICC tournaments. You know, has a pretty bright future. Also represents Barbados. But the Settlers, they move on to 36 for 1. Just 1 over left in the power play. There will be another bowling change. It looks like Jaden Lord will take it up here from the northern end. Jonathan Carter looking for some options just to slow the Settlers' advance.
Another one of those younger members of this team. They've got quite a few, this Warriors side. That has been slapped in front of square by Kevin Stout. And now Stout able to get in on the act. He's watched from the other end for the 5 deliveries, realizing though that he has to take on the bulk of the scoring with that wicket of Wickham.
Yes, Kevin Stout, even in these shorter formats, he T10 as it were, where we're playing now, he would still look to set his stall. He tries to get himself in, so he knows he's not that adept at left-hand spin. You wouldn't see him taking on Andrea Marshall, but he will eye up this young seamer here now, evidence with that lovely stroke.
This time goes to the offside, and taking advantage of this inexperience into the attack. Straight away, 8 from the first 2 deliveries.
Yes, and as he said, he will take his chances now. And it just goes to show that even in this version, you can take a little time, albeit it may just be 2 or 3 balls in this format. But Kevin Stout, he set his stall up, he didn't go after the left-hand spin. Now he's reaping the rewards. Young man, too full. Didn't hit it as well as he would like. It almost wedged as he went away into that short boundary. But the boundary is short. He took his chance over the infield. 4 runs.
Into the onside, gorgeous. On top the pavilion as well. Statement piece from Stout.
Bang on to the Floyd Briefer balcony. Kevin Stout middling that one at Nikhil. Full swing there. Young man again earning this time in both line and length in the slot. Kevin Stout obliges. Settlers, Nikhil, they're going along their business rather nicely. 50 for 1. 3 balls still left for this power play. How costly can this over be?
It's a high-scoring surface, but it's still on the slower side, and Lord hasn't been able to take pace off the ball, so it's just been too easy for Stout so far. Mid-on and mid-off, both up in the circle. This time he goes short, and Stout still finds a way to position it into the boundary, even into the bigger side. What an over this has been. Boundary from every single delivery.
Again, short delivery, And this is a lesson in experience. And you said it, Nikhil. The pitch is a bit slow. There's not much on offer for the young man who usually gets in that short delivery, and that usually is a surprise delivery, and it stood up. And Kevin Stoke striking that delivery in front of mid-wicket, it goes to show that he's in tune with what's going on. Also, there's not as much pace in the pitch. It's good bounce, though, we know that, but it sat up and it was dealt with.
This time he looks for a back of the hand slow ball, and now it's going to be a challenge for Jonathan Carter because he's got a young man in Jaden Lord who's, you can clearly see, trying to find ways to not concede runs, and it's forcing him to go against what's worked for him in the tournament. I think that short ball that was hit for 4, not too much wrong with that delivery. Kevin Stoke was just too good. Get away with that one. Full toss.
To be fair, Nikhil, he does get away with those quite a bit. I find his arm action, he runs straight through crease. Reminds me a bit of Joe Archer, actually. He has those gangly hands, and it's not that easy as a batter to set yourself sometimes to someone who runs straight through the crease with long arms. So those full deliveries, he does this more often than you think.
Much better from Lord, but Kevin Stout, what an innings this has been from him. He started really slowly, was just 4 from his first 5 deliveries, but ever since, he's been destructive, and what a big over. 23 runs coming from it. End of the power play, 59 runs on the board.
Yeah, well negotiated there with Stoke. That was a pretty good delivery. It was pacey, it was on the off stump. It was a pretty good length, but look at Kevin Stoke showing his experience, opening the face, sped away, and that's wonderful timing as well, Nikhil. Remember, this outfield is not that fast, and for that delivery to speed away as it did on an outfield that it was just sprinkling rain around a bit slow, it shows the timing of the man. He's in control of his business. Settlers 59 for 1 after the power play. They're really and truly in a very, very great position. The question is, how will the Warriors respond?
Thinking for Jonathan Carter to do. Would have been a huge addition, though, to welcome Nicholas Curtin, who they originally picked, but then was on international duty, just back for the last 2 games, and now the knockout phase of the tournament. And their top order has done pretty much all of the heavy lifting, and for them to really finish first without the services of Curtin tells you just how deep this Settlers team really is. And now Carter is going to have to look to find a way to get a wicket, and he's been the leading wicket taker for this Warriors team. Into the attack, he's got 8 in the tournament. Starts with a dot. Such an experienced campaigner with the ball.
Not only is he experienced, he just understands, because you can be experienced in not doing the right things as well, but he understands what it's about. He will look to take pace off and work with his defensive field. If you're going to score off him, you have to score off a good shot.
They won't mind that too much, the Warriors, but likewise, the Settlers, I think, will be comfortable at this stage. The current rate gets them to 142.
And these are the kind of scores. It's quite heartening, though, you have to say, Nikhil, particularly in the context of how this tournament went, especially initially, where the scores were just about 70, 80, 90, to see that the teams are now prepared to go hard in the power play. The last semi-final, 117, was the target, the total, and based on what we've seen so far from the Settlers, it looks like it would be somewhere in that region or beyond. You know, it speaks well for the T10 version of the game. They're starting to understand how to go about business.
Something, but it definitely speaks to adaptability, and credit to Carter as well, because I think the way he's led this young group, many would have looked at the Titans or the Voyagers, much more experienced teams on paper, and would have had them in the top 4, but Carter's found a way to lead these young group of men, definitely the youngest team in the tournament in terms of the starting 11, lead them into the playoffs.
Yes, most certainly, Nikhil. I actually had the Titans to be a part of that top 4, particularly after the way they started. As you rightly said, the experience. You have to give credit to Jonathan Carter here. Young unit. He himself started the tournament rather slowly, but he started to pick up as well some very useful scores, and they found a way to get to this stage. You have to give them credit for that. The Settlers, though, are putting them under some pressure. It'll be very interesting to see how they respond in the back end of this innings.
This will be runs, though, through extra cover. Nicholas Curtin, he's had a quiet tournament so far, but that will be a boundary that will help his confidence.
Nothing quiet about that stroke, Nikhil. That was a lovely, expansive drive over that extra cover region. Really picture perfect. There was Curtin just leaning into that delivery. Full flow of the bat from a 6 to a 9. Crashing into the boundary for 4. Wide half volley there from Jonathan Carter. Probably pace off, but look at it. Full access to the ball. Through the shot. 4 runs. The Settlers, they continue to put the pressure on this Warriors team.
In the gap, and the Settlers are running away with it at the moment. A touch under 70 inside the 5th over. The Warriors have had no answers.
Yes, certainly no answers. There was Curtin on this occasion going across his wicket, utilizing what I would say the field, being able to get away from that deep mid wicket. Lovely stroke again. He really is a fine player when he gets going, Nikhil. Really a picture to watch when he's in full cry.
That is probably the shot of the day. Shot of the day. Played it so late into the smaller side, and even Jonathan Carter, who just conceded 2 runs from the first 3 deliveries, goes for 14. 73 for 1.
I think you summed it up well, Nikhil. It was the shot of the day simply because it was precision in that shot. You saw him, it was almost like off a nice blade, just angling in that bat and allowing that delivery to come to him, that full delivery to beat at the point of it to his right. That is quality batting. And when you see shots like that, Nikhil, you also know that the batter is in control of the situation and understands where the fields are, where the angles are, and what needs to be done. So that's a wonderful stroke. These are dangerous signs from a Warriors perspective. The Settlers, they are running away with it. The only thing that can stop the flow of these runs now will be the wickets of this pair. And they've asked now, it looks like Kemar Smith to come and do battle for the Warriors to see if they can remove this pair. But this next block of 12, Nikhil will give us an indication, which will take us up to 7 overs, of just how much the Settlers are likely to get.
But if we look at that semi-final 1, so 72 runs come from the first 5 overs. In this, we have 73. And it's been all about the power play, as you said, understanding the responsibility, but also the need to be able to score in those first 4 overs. With the fielding restrictions, just 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. And it's fair to say, pretty much all 3 of the teams we've seen so far have done that extremely well. And surely they'll be thinking about 120 plus. Settlers, still Kadeem Ali to come. Kevin Stout has just lost his bat. He's the most emphatic way.
To show his intent as well. He's not looking to let Smith settle as he rightly should. He's going along really nicely.
That has been another problem though for the Warriors. They haven't had any reliable spin options other than Andre Marshall center of screen. When he's finished his 2 in the power play, they've struggled to find those slower options. Kemar Smith more a part-time bowler, but Stout was watchful against Marshall, so it's good thinking, you think, from Carter.
Is he